Hello and welcome to this week's newsletter. And it's all a bit disappointing, isn't it? After Sunday's football result, football's not coming home just yet. It looked like the pressure just got too much for our young Lions, and they just sat back in that second half, invited the Italian pressure, conceded a goal, hung on for the penalty shootout, and it was the same old story in England for a penalty shootout. Very disappointing result, but I'm sure a young squad like that, they will come be better for the experience come the World Cup in 2022. But it was all very disappointing. But on a brighter note, we've got the Open Championship to look forward to. Can't wait for that. That's coming up. That starts this Thursday. We've still got squares left in our Open sweepstakes. So if you've missed out on that for the moment, come and grab your square, £2 a square, and you get drawn a player in the Open Championship. And if your player does well, you can win some money onto your Pro Shop account. First prize is £100, so it's well worth entering and a good bit of fun as well. My tips of the week, I don't really know, to be honest. The golf course isn't playing very links type. It's very green down there, as it is here, really. The fairways are quite wide, but the rough is really thick, as it is here as well, sort of thing. So my tips, I don't know. I'd like to see Lee Westwood. I've got the old sneaky feeling, romantic feeling maybe, that Lee Westwood might do well and do a Darren Clarke of 10 years ago and come good. But other than that, yes, it will be the same usual suspects, I'm sure. John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Dustin Johnson, the usual players that always do well in the big events. But Lee Westwood, hopefully, fingers crossed, might do something at the event. Wouldn't it be fantastic to see him win that, and that'll more than make up for Sunday's football. But yeah, if you want an Open sweepstakes square, please pop into the shop and get one. £2. You can have as many squares you like, to be honest, yeah. But yeah, £2 a square gets you a player for the tournament. Right, in tour news, sticking with tour news, Scottish Open result. Did you see that during the weekend before the football started? That was a great tournament, played at the Renaissance Club in Scotland. Again, more links golf. I love to see links golf. It's the truest form of golf. It's not for everybody, you know, but that's the game, the way it was supposed to be played. Next to the sea, you've got to take the good breaks, the bad breaks, you've got to take all that with you, control your ball flight, move it about, keep it low, hit it high, left to right, right to left. It's pure golf. So for me, links golf is the best golf. Royal St George's, the Americans, or some players do moan it's a bit unfair. Who said golf was supposed to be fair? It's a test of patience as much as anything else. So if you get a bad bounce, it's how you deal with those bad bounces. I don't want golf to be fair. It was never supposed to be fair. It challenges you as much up there as it does down there at the ball, doesn't it? Yeah, so yeah, I love links golf. But anyway, Scottish Open result, and it was a young Australian called Min Woo Lee who won the Scottish Open. He beat Matt Fitzpatrick and Thomas Dietrich in a Players. Poor old Thomas Dietrich, such a superb golfer, such a young superb golfer, Belgium lad, brilliant golf swing, but he just can't seem to win. He's lost so many events now, but he's still a young man, he's still learning. He'll win one sure enough, but he really has he's got a great golf swing, but not quite good enough. So say Min Woo Lee from Australia won it and beat Matt Fitzpatrick and Thomas Dietrich in a playoff. Matt Fitzpatrick for the Open, maybe. Although actually he hasn't got a great Open Championship record. You would think, coming from this country, he would have, but actually he's not done very well on the links golf courses, Matt Fitzpatrick's, but you never know, clearly in good form. Ian Poulter, he had a good tournament as well, so another sneaky one. Let's have an English lad win it, that'll be great, wouldn't it, eh? Right, okay, now on to Galston Golf Club news, and we'll go to last Wednesday's ladies competition. Where are we? Let me find it on my sheet. So, last ladies divisional Stapleford, where Jackie Walsh won Division 1 with 38 points. Well done, Jackie. Beat Heather Harvey into second on 37. Division 2, Lee Denny won with a fine 41 points. Well done, Lee. Beat Maureen Duckett into second on 33 points. And in Division 3, Andre Bloomfield won. She won with 33 points. Well done, Andre. In the men's midweek, Stapleford played last Thursday. Steve Hall won with 40 points, won Division 1 with 40 points. Well done, Steve. Beat Wayman Arundel into second with 38 points. In Division 2, Alan Rash, nice return to form for Alan. He got 43 points, beating John Milne into second on 42 points, with Dean Barlow and Dave Coe all third and fourth respectively with 41 points. Good scores, that really are good scores. The conditions are really tough out there at the moment, but if you play well, you can still score well, but you have got to keep it on the fairway. You will get rewarded. In Division 3, Gary Connor won. Well done, Gary. He won with 41 points, beating Jordan Page and Roger Helsden into second and third respectively on 40 points. So still great scoring, well done. wish I was that good. I'm not scoring very well, but I can't hit it straight enough at the moment. And then on Sunday we had the Club President's Day, Penny Platten's Club President's Day. Fantastic day, fantastic turnout. Yeah, really, everybody really enjoyed it. A bit of a barbecue in the afternoon between the morning Stapleford and the afternoon Texas Scramble, and then they had fish and chips in the evening as well, which I couldn't stay for, unfortunately. But I know Penny had a great day, and well done to Penny and John and Penny's husband Paul for organising it all. Did really well. And Scott Larkin won. Well done, Scott. He won with 47 points. Awesome golf, that, Scott. I spoke to him and he just said he had one of those days. He didn't lose any golf balls, he kept it in the fairway, held lots of putts. He played really, really well, and therefore he got 47 points. So well done, Scott. It's been trending that way for a little while, so he's been doing well. Jack Notes came second. Great score with Jack, 43 points. He shot a gross 70 with a 7 on 17, so it's a really good score. Well done, Jack. Superb golf out that is. So he came second with 33 points. Matt King came third with 39 points, beating Neil Cunliffe and Jim Robinson into 4th and 5th respectively on countback. So great golf that, well played Scott, super stuff that. Right, next we'll move on to the golf course and we'll take you through, we talk about the rough and there's some good scores out there. I'm not hitting enough fairways to play well at the moment. In fact, let's just talk about our captain pro match. It didn't play very well. None of us played particularly well. Me and John, the captain, we took on Howard Thornton and Sean Maloney. Great game. A bit wet, a bit miserable, but the company was excellent. We had a good laugh sort of thing. None of us played very well, to be honest, but we managed to sneak through by a point. Yes, we were quite fortunate because we didn't play very well, but it was a good game, thoroughly enjoyable, but we managed to win by 1 point, 34 points to 33. It was tough going, you know, it was raining, it wasn't really windy, but it was very wet, knocked it in the rough and you just couldn't get it out. It was dreadful, really hard work. And I say, if you're not playing well, it really is punishing this rough, isn't it? But there are, like I keep saying, some good scores out there. You've just got to play well and keep it in play. Right, let's give you a little rules scenario to help you out with this thick rough. Right, here we are. I'm on the 9th hole. I've hit a wayward drive into the rough. There's the green, and I'm just short of the out of bounds post. It's a normal spot for me, to be honest. And there's my golf ball. Can we see it down there? Buried, absolutely buried. Do you know what? I don't even think I can move that. That is that thick. I'm not even sure Bryson DeChambeau could move that. That is so thick, because not only is it long and wispy, but it's quite green and very juicy and still a bit wet as well, which makes it even harder to get that out. Right, okay, so first things first, I've got to identify my golf ball. It's a Srixon 2 with a blue line. I can see that, so it is my golf ball. So what are my options? So, I don't really want to play it because I'm not sure I can get it out even onto the fairway. Look, it's only like I'm only 2 meters away from the semi-rough, but it's that thick. I'm not even sure I can move it, to be honest. I've got a funny feeling if I try and hit it, it might only go a couple of centimeters. So I want to take my punishment. So I'm going to declare the ball unplayable. So I've got 2 options when I declare the ball unplayable. Sorry, 3 options. I can go back as far as I like, keeping this point between me and the pin. So there's the pin. Let me turn round and see what's behind me. Well, there is an option. Look, I could go back and drop it on the path here, look, yeah? So I can go back as far as I like, keeping that point between me and the pin, and there we go. I've got a reasonable lie here, look. So actually, that's not a bad option. You can always go back as far as you like, keeping that point where the ball sits in the heavy rough between you and the hole. So that's not a bad option as well. Or I could go back to where I hit it from. I could go back to the tee, and that will be my 3rd shot off the tee. But all the way back over there, I risk doing exactly the same thing again, knocking it back in the same rough. So the 3rd option is to measure out 2 club lengths. Can I measure out 2 club lengths and drop it no nearer the hole? So I've got my driver here. So first of all, get my driver. Okay, there's 1 club length, and then I'm going to flip it over. 2 club lengths. I'm then going to mark that. I've not gone nearer the hole. I'm going to get my T-peg, put my T-peg in the floor. Good, and that does bring me out onto the short grass, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think I'd probably rather hit it from here under a shot penalty than go a little bit further back and drop it over there in the rough, where I probably might get a decent lie, but here I'm going to be closer to the hole. Either way I do it, I'm going to be dropping under penalty. So I've hit 1 into the rough. I will be then dropping for 2, so knee high drop, not near the hole. There she is, back in play. And from here I'll be hitting my third shot. So you've always got options when you're in the rough. Yeah, you don't have to play it, okay? If it's easier to drop it, then please, by all means, drop it. I don't think, honestly, even though I do create a lot of club head speed, I don't think I could even move that 2 metres to get it on the fairway. So you're best to take your medicine and declare the ball unplayable. Every time you declare the ball unplayable, you get 3 options. You can either measure out 2 club lengths, not nearer the hole, and drop it within those 2 club lengths. You can go back as far as you like, keeping that point between you and the flag. So I could have dropped it back over there in the rough, but it wasn't too bad. Or you could go back to the tee or go back to where you hit it from, all under a shot penalty. So hit 1, dropping for 2, and then playing 3. It's always worth considering that option, taking your medicine and getting it back in play, because sometimes you're just not going to be able to move that golf ball. Sometimes there's not a good place to drop it, but you know, that is the game, unfortunately. Sometimes the worst option is to go back to the tee, but it might be the best option to go back to the tee, because at least you're out that rough, and then hope and pray that you hit a good one next time round. Yeah, okay. If you do find it, you can't use your provisional ball. You do have to play another one from the tee. Does that make sense? So if I've hit a provisional ball because it's in the rough, I can't declare that one unplayable and then go and play my provisional ball. I will then have to go back to the tee and play my original ball 3 off the tee that way. Yeah, okay, so you can't use your provisional ball once you find your original ball within the 3 minutes, obviously. Yeah, so plenty of options there. So yeah, remember the rules. Use the rules to your advantage. It's difficult to take that medicine sometimes, but I'd much rather be here and hit my 3rd shot from there than hitting my 3rd shot still in that deep rough because I've managed to get it out. Okay, so back as far as you like, 2 club lengths, or back to where you hit it from. They're your 3 options when you declare the ball unplayable anywhere on the golf course. Right, okay, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you all enjoy the Open Championship. Let's hope we get an English winner. That'd be great to see that. Lee Westwood, come on, Lee, please. You deserve one, really. I'm off for a few days now. Nina, my wife, has got a big birthday coming on Wednesday, so we've got a few activities planned over the next few days and parties, etc. So very much looking forward to a nice little break, and I'll hopefully see you all next Tuesday when I'm back in the shop. Right, that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.